Dateline, Chicago, Illinois. Some Americans are mad as hell and are not going to take it anymore. A resolution has been introduced to the House for the impeachment of Vice President Dick Cheney. Here's Matt Geis of the LaRouche Youth Movement to tell you more.
We're campaigning to bring Cheney out of office and bring all the troops home. We'd like to send Cheney to Iraq to replace the troops. I think he could defend Halliburton while he's there. I don't know if we provide him with shells for his shotgun, but anyway. The point is that we want to see to it that we're actually stopping this madness, and Cheney's the one to take out. You don't want to take out Bush and then end up saying President Cheney. And you don't want to try Bush first because he could probably quite convincingly plead insanity or ignorance and get away with it. But the point is that Cheney knowingly lied. Dennis Kucinich, after months of organizing by the LaRouche Youth Movement, did introduce articles of impeachment on April 24th of this year. He's the congressman from Ohio and one of the announced Democratic candidates for president. But it was the LaRouche Youth Movement that largely convinced him he had to do this. He introduced it. It's 3 simple articles. One is that knowingly lying about the weapons of mass destruction, Dick Cheney pushed us into the war with Iraq. Knowingly lying about the connections to Al-Qaeda, he pushed us into the war with Iraq. And he is now similarly trying to get us into a war with Iran. So those 3 articles of impeachment have been introduced. It's House Resolution 333, and it's been co-sponsored now, largely because of the LaRouche Youth Movement's work, by Lacey Clay of Missouri, by Albert Wynn of Maryland, by Jan Schakowsky of here in Illinois, by Yvette Clark of Brooklyn, New York, and by Barbara Lee and Lynn Woolsey of California.
This impeachment that you're calling for Cheney, is this similar to what Agnew and Nixon went through back in the day?
In a certain respect, yes, in that without actually getting impeachment articles introduced on Agnew, Agnew was forced out first on the kickback scandal in Maryland. So when he was governor of Maryland, he was involved in kickback with contractors. He was forced into court on that. He was forced to plead nolo contendere, that is, no contest to the charges. And around that, he was forced to resign the vice presidency. So we're going for more congressmen to co-sponsor this. We're getting calls going into congressmen, getting people signing up to join in the fight generally, and so on. But we got hundreds of LaRouche Youth volunteers out across the country doing the work on this. Well, you got hundreds and hundreds of 18 to 25-year-olds, like Keisha Rogers here. She's actually over 25 now, but she ran for a state chairman of the Democratic Party out in Texas. She was the woman who walked virtually every street in Tom DeLay's district, getting out the word that he was a lying jackass and got him out of there.